I've never recorded a video where we just crochet and chill, but today I have a topic to talk about, so this is what we're gonna do. The question for today is, why are crocheters babied so much? It sounds kind of offensive to me, but let me explain. I started knitting maybe 2 years ago or so, but I only did a few raglan sweaters. I knew how to do the raglan increases and how to work a sweater from there, but I didn't know any other options. So I decided you have to learn a lot more. Knitting is not about sweaters. Actually, this year, a few months ago, I decided you have to learn how to read patterns, how to read knit patterns, because they kind of scared me. Crochet was easy from the start somehow, but knitting sounded like a suicide. That's why we're going to talk about patterns, because I'm a pattern designer when it comes to crochet. So I thought, cannot be that hard. It's almost the same thing. You basically use the same materials. The only difference is the tool, which is a huge difference. I knew how to knit. I knew the basics. I just didn't know how to read the patterns. My first pattern that I read was this bonnet, and it was on Ribbler on this app. Just kind of different than PDF pattern, so I wouldn't count that. I wanted to make a top, but it turned out to be also raglan, so I didn't really learn anything from that. Right now I'm testing knit goddess skirt. I was so excited when I heard this pattern, and it's not that easy, and it's also explained, I think, in 6 pages or so. It's really so little. I'm kind of jealous as a crochet pattern creator. I spent days, weeks, months making the pattern, attaching photos, step-by-step photos, videos, and the most important, there is so many alternatives in the pattern itself that as someone who's making something from the pattern, you don't really have to think about what you're doing because everything's written. And when it comes to knitting, you get the gauge swatch, you get the numbers that you have to cast on, the number of increases you have to make, and the whole structure of the top, for example, whatever you're making. And that's it. It's not gonna fit you. You have to meet the gauge swatch. And if you're using the same materials, the same hooks, the same tools, everything, you might still not meet the gauge swatch. So you have to change something about it to either meet the gauge swatch of the pattern creator or make adjustments yourself, because, for example, you like the way the fabric looks with your own gauge swatch that is not matching the one given in the pattern. So you have to count it. You have to use your brain. You have to calculate it and give yourself new numbers that are going to work for your own body, for your own measurements. And this is something normal for knitters. I don't have the whole knowledge about knitting. When it comes to crocheting, I can sometimes look at a piece and I know what stitches are used, I know how the construction is worked, etc. When it comes to knitting, I don't really have that. When the stitches are not like knit and purl and raglan. My point is, I'm jealous that they don't have to explain everything, because if you can knit, you're going to knit it anyway. And when you can crochet, you need an explanation of where to put your hook. For example, my pattern is made of these stitches all around, and in a knitting pattern you would have knitted around and connect. The knitting pattern creator doesn't really care how you do it, because it doesn't matter. It has to be connected. And when it comes to crochet, you have to give at least 3 examples of how to do it. Okay, I overreacted. At least 1 example, explanation, step-by-step tutorial, I don't know, a photo. You need to give a name of a method to connect the thing around. So for my pattern, this connection has like a full page how to do it. It's not like it's hard, because you can just think about it. My testers actually did, I have my own method, but they said it didn't really look nice for them, so they just did this instead. Please do that. That's what I wish all the people did, actually. Sorry for that. I'm happy to create patterns and stuff. I'm happy to give you an option, but sometimes it's very exhausting because you have to think about it. For me, if I had it written connected around, like I could think of 7 different methods to do it, and I could choose my own and do it myself, do it the way I like. Okay, it's nice when it says for the pattern creator it was slip stitches, and there's no more explanation on how to go into this side, back loop only, and then this side, front loop only, and then you slip stitch. So you go through first, second, and third loop. It takes so much time, and for me it's so unnecessary. And I guess it helps beginners, but look, if you were a beginner knitter, you would not be able to read the pattern. And I think that's like the skill you have to gain. And so why do we baby the crocheters? Why do we give them everything on the plate? Oh my god. I'm kind of kidding. I just want to know your point of view, but I'm jealous. I have to write 23 pages of pattern, and people are still going to ask questions. When you have a knitting pattern, it has 4 pages. Everything is explained. And I know knitting patterns usually give you the gauge swatch, right? Then they give you the sizing and the exact numbers you have to cast on and increase. But as I said, they're not really going to work for you usually. For me, never. And I always have to count my own new numbers according to the gauge swatch that I did. When you have the knowledge, you can do anything. And also, when you have the knowledge, because it does not tell you how to count your new gauge swatch, your new numbers in the pattern. If you don't know it, you're going to make the piece not fit you. And when it comes to crochet, for example, this right here is in my pattern, and I saw it in bunch of different patterns. It is like a solution for all your problems, and if I just put it there and gave you my numbers, you should be able to calculate it yourself for your own numbers, and then you would get exactly the same top that I did. The knitting patterns are not expected to be changed, and when it comes to crochet, they usually are. My patterns are all made to measure, and I understand the point of it, but when it comes to knitting, I think because you're measuring yourself and you are changing the numbers, you're kind of doing made to measure, if that makes sense, because you can manipulate everything there if you know how to do it, if you know that you can do it, because the knitting needles are in your hands, and the pattern creator just made the top to make like a structure of it, and you can do it fit you better. When it comes to crochet, if it's not written in the pattern, people are not gonna think about it. People are not gonna think that they can change something. I mean, not all of them. Even if they are going to think about it, they expect it to be in the pattern. So for example, first of all, I have 2 methods in my pattern, and this one specifically. I have made to measure, like you just hold it to your body and see if it works and you go for it, or I have a gauge swatch method, and I also have a few alternatives. Oh, right now I'm just looking at it. There is under bust finishing. Oh, the one that I was just talking about, this one. It has my option how to connect it around, and it has alternative option that is called the invisible slip stitch seam. In my opinion, it shouldn't be there. It worked for the tester, and I said I will attach it because I think it will help other people. But I think if you know how to crochet, I shouldn't write that, because you can make it up yourself. I don't want to bully anyone, because it kind of sounds like I'm bullying myself because I wrote that. If I were to make a knit pattern, I think it would have 100 pages. What I'm used to is explaining every stitch. Oh, I wanted to talk about this also. For example, the skirt that I'm working on right now, it has obviously said what stitches are there, and for example, silly yarn over, this is how it looks, and I saw it and I was like, yo, and the pattern does not explain it, which is okay. If you want to make it, you have to Google it yourself, search it, look at the tutorials, learn it yourself. Knit 2 together, which is a decrease. I also hate that they just didn't call it decrease, but called it knit 2 together, which makes sense because you can decrease different ways. But in crochet, you can also decrease different ways. Whatever. There is this weird thing. Out of 8 abbreviations, I don't know how to read that. There is one explained how to do it, but it's also that very like you slip one, and it's not explained that you have to slip it knitwise. And I watched 3 tutorials and all of them said that. So knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over the knit 2 together, 2 stitches have been decreased. From that, you probably could figure it out, but when it would be a crochet thing, I would probably attach a video how to do it, or I would make a step-by-step photo tutorial, I didn't meet the gauge swatch, so I had to redo the numbers myself, which is okay. And actually in this pattern you are given an option to have your own number that you calculated yourself, which normally knit patterns don't have. I also wanted to share one more thing. Let's take an example of the rose top. It is a nice pattern. It has 4 pages and it's a nice pattern. You can knit it. I made so many modifications to that to fit me better. Our bodies are different. But I wanted to say that when I started knitting the rose top, I started seeing videos of people sharing what they adjusted to their body shape. And they shared so many things, like you could write a new pattern from that. Because they changed the sleeve, they changed the armpit part, they changed the length, they changed the increases, decreases, everything. They changed according to their body. And I'm not saying again it's a shitty pattern, do not buy it. Buy it, it's nice, it's cool, it's very easy. The pattern itself, like I guess you could figure it out, but the pattern was made, so don't steal other people's patterns. I saw a lot of people share what they changed about it, and I had to change a lot myself. I followed the structure of it, but I didn't follow the exact things that they said to do. For example, again, the increases. So like here you do decreases, like on the waist you do increases and decreases. I don't remember anymore, but I think you decrease here and then you increase a little bit here, and I changed that because I didn't like how it was turning on my needles. Even though it looked good on the pattern creator, I did that myself. Even though some people would call me a beginner knitter, I could do that myself because I could use my brain, think about it how I wanted it and how it would look on my body, how it would change the fit. So I feel like the gauge swatch in knitting is more likely to help people build their own matching, like perfectly matched clothes. And when it comes to crochet, if it's not written, it's a shitty pattern. If it's not giving you thousands of videos, it's a shitty pattern. If it doesn't have a million photos how to attach yarn to a side of the base of the top, it's a shitty pattern. What do you mean? Oh, and also there is not a single photo in the knitting patterns. Not a single one. It's not there. I don't know what to tell you. Please don't bully me for that. I'm not bullying anyone. As I said, I'm on both sides. So it's like I'm bullying myself. That's enough. Don't bully me. I just want to know your thoughts, your explanation on that. And please don't tell me crochet is way harder. I know. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but I know because it cannot be automated. Because robots are kind of too stupid for that. So we're saved. Also, as I'm talking, I was thinking, if we are sharing, because yeah, as I said, crochet cannot be automated because robots are too stupid for that. But what if the AI is like learning from our tutorial videos, and then they're going to make a machine that is connected to that knowledge of AI that watched our YouTube tutorials, and that's how, oh my god, a cat is like standing on, please don't jump. Let me know what you think. I don't know where I ended my thoughts, so I hope you enjoyed my podcast. I've never done those. I wanted to. I tried recording it a few times, but it never actually happened to be on my YouTube, so hopefully this one will be. Please share your thoughts. You can give me another point of view on this. I know crochet is harder. It's considered harder than knitting, so this is not an explanation for me, guys. Oh, and also, might not be an explanation is that you do not want to use your brain while crochet. What's the point of crochet then? It's a creation. It's not like copy and paste. No, you have to think about it when you are doing something. So I know you want to relax, I get it, but if a structure is in the pattern, why do I have to explain how to do a single crochet with a step-by-step tutorial on YouTube and 3,000 photos in the pattern? That's the question. I know you want to relax. I want to relax too. So let me know in the comments. Thank you. May we meet again. Bye bye.